Hello, my dear students. Welcome to my channel Rise and Shine. Hope you are all doing well and enjoying mathematics. In case if you are finding maths tough, I assure you that after seeing my video, you will definitely find it very easy. So let's start. My dear students, as you all know, we use whole numbers to represent whole objects. For example, one watermelon, one pizza, or one chocolate. But sometimes we need to refer to the amounts which are less than one whole. For instance, we may not have the whole glass of a fizzy drink. We might eat only one or two slices of the whole pizza. Or we might eat only few pieces of a chocolate bar. So, what do? How to represent these amounts which are less than one whole mathematically? Let us understand this with the help of an example. Rohan was alone at home and was feeling hungry, so he ordered a pizza. As soon as he got one, his sister Rishita came back from her aunt's house and requested Rohan to share half pizza with her. Rohan was kind enough to agree to her sister's request. So now, one whole pizza was divided into two halves between them. Rishita was very happy with her brother's sharing his caring attitude and wanted to thank him for the lovely treat. In the evening, she took out a chocolate from her purse and gave half of it to her brother and thanked him for sharing his pizza with her. As soon as they were about to eat their share, their cousins Vasu and Pranshul arrived. Although they did not want to share the yummy chocolate with them, but on their cousin's persistent request, both of them decided to give half of their respective shares to them. Now, my dear students, the question arises, how much each one will get? Can you guess it? Yes, your answer is right. Since half of their respective shares were divided into further halves, so each one got 1/4 share of chocolate. Have you ever wondered how we represent these halves or 1/4 in mathematics? Yes, you guessed it right. For this, we need fractions. So, what are fractions? How do we define them? Let us understand. A fraction represents equal parts of a whole or a collection. Fraction of a whole. When we divide a whole into equal parts, each part is a fraction of the whole. Let us understand this with an example. Here we have a rectangle which is divided into 5 equal parts. Now let us shade two parts of this whole rectangle with green color. Can you guess it now? How will we represent this? Since we have shaded only two parts out of the total 5 parts with green color, in fractions it will be represented as 2 by 5. Let us understand this with the help of another example. In this rectangle, we have 3 equal parts and only one part is shaded with green color. So can you guess how will we represent this in fractions? Yes, you are right. In fractions, it will be represented as 1 by 3. Fractions also represents a part of a set or a collection. Let us say there are 5 children. If 3 out of 5 are boys, then the fraction of boys will be 3/5 or 3 by 5. Now what about the remaining 2 girls? 2 out of 5 are girls, so the fractions of girls will be... I want you to guess this. Come on. What will be the fraction of girls? How you will represent them? Yes, your answer is right. 2 by 5. See how easy it is to represent fractions. I must admit, you all are becoming very smart. Thus, we can say that a fraction is represented in the form of a by b, where a represents the number of parts you have, and it is called the numerator. B represents the total number of parts that make the whole, and it is called the denominator. In our first example, Rohan and Rishita got 1/2 pizza each, that is 1 out of 2 equal parts. In fractions, it is represented as 1 by 2, where 2 is known as the denominator, which shows that the pizza was divided into 2 equal parts. 1 here represents the numerator, which represents how much share each sibling got. Similarly, in our second example, 1 chocolate was divided into 4 equal parts, and each child got 1/4 share of chocolate. In fractions, it is represented as 1 by 4. Let us see some more examples of fractions represented by the shaded portion. Students, by now you must have understood how to represent objects in fractions. So let us recall. Fractions represent equal parts of a whole or a collection. Fractions are represented in the form of a by b, that is numerator over denominator, where the denominator stands for number of equal parts which make the whole, and the numerator represents the number of equal parts which have been taken out from the whole. Students, I want you to note here that denominator cannot be 0. Why? Fractions are represented in the form of a by b. You are aware of the fact that if we divide a number by 0, then the fractions will be undefined. So, the denominator can never be 0. Students, I'm sure that by now you must have understood how to represent objects in fractions. That is, how to represent halves and 1/4 in numbers. So, are you ready to solve some problems on fractions? My advice to you all is to go through the whole video one more time and practice as much as you can, because the more you practice, the more you will rise and shine. So, all the best. You can write your answers as well as ask your doubts in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and share this video. Please click on the subscribe button for more such informative videos. Keep learning to rise and shine.